Welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. My name is Fahey-Ahrndt, and I'm your host. I teach and inspire leaders to step into their productive selves and find their true potential. I'm a passionate creative and scientist with over 8 years of healthcare leadership experience. At age 25, I stepped into my first management role and didn't find the leadership advice I was looking for. So here I'm giving you the tools to end burnout and enjoy a vibrant career and life. Glad you're here to learn and grow with me. Now, on with the show. Hey Glow Getters, I'm so glad you're here for today's episode of the Glow Getters podcast. My name is Fahey-Ahrndt and I am your host as always, and I'm excited because today is the first day in our 5-day #May Morning Take Back series where I walk you through my daily morning practice so you can design a morning that sets you up to go forth and conquer. Conquer likely looks different for all of us no matter how you define it. I know these things are my foundation for a good day. Oh, I love that word, conquer. I didn't always have solid morning routine. Here's what my life used to be like. So I'd wake up, take a shower, maybe leave the house running out the door, feeling super rushed. I had to let the dog out. We didn't have a yard, so I had to take her for walks. I usually had to compete for the shower and bathroom time. I probably had coffee spilling all over the front of me and all over my car, and I just felt, like this sucks. My morning is awful. And I'm a morning person, so to me, that time is super sacred. It's the time of day when I feel most like me. I feel most alive in the morning. There's this lovely quote that says, 3 a.m. is the hour of writers, painters, poets, musicians, silence seekers. We know who you are. We can see your light on. Keep keeping on. I finally had enough of feeling like my mornings were taken from me. I was done feeling like a victim, so once I had my daughter, I started hanging out with my workout buddies and realized that working out in the morning was the best time for me to make sure I got it done. Push play and done. So a routine came with that. I would get up, feed my daughter, and then work out. It made my day feel amazing because I always knew I got something done for me, even if I had to push pause 8 times to get that workout in. It's the truth. Out of this was born the beginnings of a morning routine, and over time I built a few other elements to continue to grow in my personal and professional life. So these are the elements I'm going to share with you during this 5-day series, and each day we'll cover a different topic. So let's dive on into today's topic. Drum roll, please. Planning. Simply put, have a plan for what you're going to do in the morning, and better yet, have a plan for how you're going to ensure you have a successful morning. Notice the difference? This is not just the what, but the how. So this week, I'm going to be sure what you're going to be doing. But today, I want to talk about how you're going to do it. First things first, you're going to need to wake up uninterrupted. What do I mean by this? I mean you need to wake up before your kids or your dog or any other thing or person wakes you up. Why is this important? Because when you decide when you get up, you take your power back. I see my husband rolling out of bed when my daughter cries for him and he's trying to get dressed, eat, brush his teeth, and do all the things for her at the same time. And he's on daycare drop-off duty and I do evenings. So I see him doing this and it makes me cringe. For the most part, our daughter gets up at the same time each day. So if he would just set his alarm for 10 more minutes earlier, he could be golden. But nope. Honestly, I've talked to him about this and he feels like it works for him, so that's cool. But it definitely wouldn't work for me because I really want to have those sacred mornings to myself. So I feel really strongly in doing this so you can have a slow morning. And by slow, I don't mean lazy. I mean not rushed. You control the time. Remember how I said I would get up, compete for the shower, run out of the apartment spilling coffee, let out the dog, all the things? No more rushing and no more running. No more coffee stains. I won't allow it to be the normal morning. Of course, this still happens every once in a while, but not on the daily. So once you realize you need to get up first, you're going to have to decide what time you're going to wake up. The actions I'm going to share with you will take about an hour plus or minus a few minutes. So think about when you need to be ready before other humans get up and subtract an hour. For some of you, that might mean you're getting up an hour before everybody else. For me, it means I'm up at 5 a.m. on most days. Now, some of you have small children or newborn. It doesn't matter. You still know their quote-unquote schedule, even if it's changing or flexible. and you have a good idea of when they usually wake up. So there's going to be days when you don't accomplish getting up like you planned because you were up all night, or maybe your kiddo decided to start earlier than normal. Yep, I've been there. Makes total sense that this would happen, but it doesn't have to be an excuse for why you can never do this. Okay, so now that you know what time you need to wake up, you need to think about sleep. How many of you have a bedtime? I know you're snickering at me like, bedtimes are for babies and old people. No way, sister. I myself have a bedtime of 9 p.m. I find when I stay up later than this, I'm pretty much a zombie and I can't possibly get out of bed at 5. There was a period of time with a newborn where I managed to stay up late and get up early. You'll find that this works well for you, whatever works well for you and your partner, you'll figure it out. I used to go to bed at 9 p.m., get up at 2 a.m. to pump. Then I'd be on baby duty either all day or till 10 a.m. when my husband was awake. And I'd go to bed again at 9 p.m. and do it all over again. During that time, I had a routine that spanned early waking hours. You are highly capable of adjusting and making it work. I believe in you. Just have grace. Okay, so you're going to bed at your bedtime. You now need to set an alarm for the time you need to wake up to do so uninterrupted. So the trick here is to pick an alarm that actually wakes you up. This is like probably my biggest issue right now. When I have my alarm set to Waterfall by John Schmidt, or maybe Carrie Underwood's Jesus Take the Wheel, I basically just dreamed of hearing the song and it didn't wake me up until minutes later when I realized it was still going off. So here's my tips for this. Pick something really annoying or something really loud but pleasant. So I personally like loud and pleasant. So I like Summit. So if you have an iPhone, Summit is sounds like birds chirping with this uplifting music. I really like that. And I also like Xylophone, which is one of the classic tunes. And it just sounds like I'm moving forward with my day. So I really like those. Okay, so you're going to set your alarm to be recurring every day at the same time you choose. You go to bed on time and you hear your alarm in the morning. What do? If you said hit snooze, wrong answer. Here's when you wake up. You've got to imagine your feet touching the ground from your bed. So I always think of them going into my comfy slippers, which they do, and I get up right away. On mornings where I hit snooze, or worse yet, I turn off my alarm and lay there to try to think some good thoughts or stretch, I usually fall right back asleep. Ugh. Okay, so at this point, I'm really proud of you. You're up. So what do you do next? All right, hold up. If you're about to check your phone and social media, that's got to stop. You've got to protect your vibes in the morning. So think of it this way. You wake up uninterrupted, so no one has touched your mind yet or influenced the thoughts you have except for you. How cool is that? Like, in this world where we are overstimulated by all these different things and feeling pulled in so many ways, like, how cool is it that when you go to bed, you wake up and it's kind of like a reset button? We can savor that for a minute. That's amazing. So one major tip I have, and it's something I'm still working on, is to resist the urge to check your phone right away so you can protect your energy and remain the fresh you, the untouched you. I love this. All right, and now you're ready to begin your day. Grab some water, some Energize, or your coffee because we are ready to go. So here's where we begin learning about the things we do and not the actual how. Tomorrow is going to be all about this, and it's going to be about gratitude. So I have created a hashtag May Morning Take Back tracker for you to allow you to track each item I'm going to teach you and write down any notes you may need during the morning. You'll learn more about what I mean about this tomorrow, and it's going to be a really helpful tool for you. So if you don't have this, go ahead and get this. The coolest thing is on this tracker is you get to choose a reward that you can give yourself at the end of completing your tasks for a week. So for tomorrow's episode, here is your homework. Number 1, decide what time you're going to get up. 2, set an appropriately wake-upable alarm. That's what I wrote. Set an appropriate wake-upable alarm for that time. Decide when you need to start going to bed to accomplish this. And go download that hashtag May Morning Take Back tracker. It's in the show notes or my website at glowgetterslife.com/free downloads. And I will see you tomorrow for gratitude and day 2 of our #May Morning Take Back series. Thanks so much for listening. And if you decide what time you're getting up, how you set your alarm, I'd love to know which alarm you've chosen, any of the things we talked about today. Tag me in your Instagram stories of you listening to this episode. Just screenshot the screen of my podcast logo and put it up on your stories. Tag me at Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt on Instagram and tell me what you took away. Tell me which alarm you chose, which wake-upable alarm you chose, what time you're getting up. And make sure you download the #May Morning Take Back tracker and let me know what you think. Okay, thanks guys. Have a wonderful day and I will see you tomorrow. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Glow Getters podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a good rating and review on iTunes. It really helps me get this podcast in front of other people. If you'd like to connect with me, please follow me on Instagram at Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt. And you can always check out my website for more content, blog posts, and recipes at glowgetterslife.com. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.